Good morning. Welcome to Cyber Chronicles. My name is Brian Stevenson, and I am your host. This week, we're going to discuss, as we always do, the top 5 articles that are shared across the internet, across the Twitterverse, LinkedIn, Facebook, Reddit, you name it. We track it, and we find the top 5 articles that you guys are discussing. We've got 5 articles you're not going to want to miss. If you have a heart condition or easily faint, you're going to want to turn this channel off right now because these things are going to knock you off your feet. Stay tuned. Let's get started. So the top 5 article this week that was shared is about Facebook, and for thank God it's not about them being hacked or having privacy issues this time. This time it was a hoax, and it was shared so many times that it made our top 5 list. It was a hoax du jour in the fact that you could limit your news feed to only 26 people, but the hoax is about users being able to copy and paste their way into a whole news feed. 2 plus 2, 2 hoaxes in one. And they had instructions on it, and they sent it out, and people were sending it viral, and it hit the news wire in some cases as a true story. Facebook had to address it. Simply sent out a statement saying, friends don't let friends copy and paste memes, and this is simply not true. We rank news feeds based on how relevant each post might be to you. And while we've made some updates that may increase the number of posts you see from your friends, your news feed is not limited to 25 people. So this week it made a top 5 list. Not very exciting, but it is what you guys were talking about and what you're sharing about. Got to be careful on the news on the interweb. Some of it may not be true. Surprising, huh? We'll get on to our 4th most popular article next. Okay, the 4th most shared article last week across the internet was an article from the Wall Street Journal. Trump seeking to relax rules on the U.S. cyber attack reverses an Obama directive. It's a directive known as Presidential Policy Directive 20. It was first made public by Edward Snowden, who you may know, right? The former intelligence contractor who released all that confidential information. What's not clear is what the Trump administration is going to do now that it's been reversed. It was an elaborate process, from what I understand, that before the U.S. Could engage in any sort of cyber attacks, people had to follow this process, and the Trump administration reversed the decision, and people internally anonymously said it's a decision in the right direction to go more on the offensive phase in case we do have to respond to a cyber attack, which are occurring all the time. So in my mind, this is a really positive thing, positive move in the direction of where we want to take the United States. We're, like I've said in this program numerous times, we're in a cyber war. People aren't listening to it. They're starting to hear it. And it looks like the Trump administration is removing some barriers for his security advisors to be able to take action without having to going through a bunch of bureaucracy steps. So that was our number 4 article of the week. Stay tuned for number 5. I'm sorry, it's early. I said this was going to be number 5. Number 5 meaning number 3. 5 meaning 3. 5-3, 5-3, 5-3. This is number 3. Just to confuse people out there. Hopefully you're listening to this early in the morning and then you're very confused. But this is the 3rd most shared article of the week from PBS. PBS hit it hard this week on cybersecurity news. Good to see other avenues of people starting to cover stuff. Hackers are preparing, according to the FBI, an unlimited ATM cash heist. And they've been warning people about it for a while around the world. It's happened a couple times already. And they're enlisting people on the dark web, cyber criminals, to conduct a global cash out scheme. And the FBI believes it's going to occur in the upcoming days. This article in particular is kind of a how-to article. It's a good article to read. How to protect yourself. It's protect yourself. Recommends the 3 M's, according to this person. Minimize, monitor, and manage. Minimize your risk by alert on phishing attacks. Of course, we all get those emails. Your bank's changed your password. Please reconfirm. Never click on those. Go to your direct bank URL. Second is to create strong passwords. Third, if you can use 2-factor authentication, take advantage of that. Most people do not use 2-factor authentication, even though a lot of banks offer that now. So if they do offer that, absolutely make sure. And then make sure that your limits are set at a reasonable level. Most banks have a preset level of $200 or $300, but you can bring those levels up, and if there's a cash out, you could run into problems. And then, of course, my personal opinion, an idea that a lot of people don't like, is every 3 to 6 months, just get a new debit card, and that way you can keep yourself safe. It's kind of a pain because you have automatic payments and things set up to it, but it is a way to protect yourself, in my mind, most securely. That's it. We're going to move on to the number 2 most shared article of the week. Okay, the number 2 most shared articles of the week. Before we get to that, I just wanted to do a quick shout out to all of our subscribers. We've been growing significantly. We have now over 2,000 people listening to the Cyber Chronicles every week. We really appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. We try to keep this content. Well, this is the stuff you guys are reading on the net. We're not judging which articles are we think that you want to hear. We're just taking it on the most shared lists of a tool that we use. So please subscribe and please listen to our sponsors. But the number 2 article of the week is about Google, and this is an AP, Associated Press exclusive. It's a really good article. Google wants to know where you are so badly that it records your movement even when you explicitly tell it not to. So this went pretty viral across the web. The location history being turned off. It still stores minute by minute travels, and has been used by police to determine locations of suspects, such as a warrant the police had in Raleigh, North Carolina, served on Google last year to find the device near a murder scene. So Google said it will prevent the company from remembering where you are. It's issued a support page to say that you can turn off location history at any time. With the location history off, the places that you are no longer at are stored. However, this article states it's not true. Even with it paused, some Google apps automatically timestamp your location without asking. And even though it's laborious to delete it, you can. It shows you there's privacy issues running a lot of these Google apps. A lot of people aren't aware when you download an app how much privacy or how much information you're giving it, location, pop-up information, what you're viewing, who you're seeing, all your friends, all that stuff. It's kind of a buyer beware when you download an app. Make sure that you've got the settings set up right. Go through your settings of your Google device, your iPhone or your Droid. But right now it looks like using Google Map, you can't shut off the privacy. It's tracking Android users by their nearby cell phone towers, even though all location services are turned off. So a lot of critics on this, a lot of information that they're pulling, advertising data, where you are at all times, and you make your own opinion on what you think of that. But if I don't want you to know where I'm at in terms of privacy, I turn that tool off on my phone. I would expect the company who's telling me that it's turned off to be turned off. In this case, it's not. So I think we're going to see Google rectify this in short order.
This episode of the Cyber Chronicle is brought to you by Focus Point Technologies, a Minnesota-based woman-owned cybersecurity solutions provider. Founded on the belief that the market is vastly underserved, we are putting the value back in VAR. Please call us at 651-330-5521 or find us on the World Wide Web at www.focuspointtechnologies.com.
Okay, the number 1 shared article of the week was kind of the same most talked about discussion we had last week about the DEF CON organizers had an event, a hacking event, where they had people that tried to break into voting websites, and the results were talked about. A lot of controversy here. A lot of states are saying it wasn't a true replication of the systems they have, and it wouldn't be possible to do what they did in a real scenario. Nevertheless, the co-founder of the nonprofit Roots Asylum teaches children how to become hackers and help organizations, said an 11-year-old girl managed to make changes to the same Florida replication website in 15 minutes, tripling the number of votes. 30 children hacked a variety of systems in less than half an hour. an 11-year-old changed election votes in under 10 minutes was the record. So November elections are coming up, and I guess everybody and anybody can vote. You can cast as many votes as you want. No, you can't do that. That's illegal. You can only cast one vote. So our system is broken. They're going to have to fix this. There's probably, the truth lies somewhere in the middle between the companies who have these tools and how easy it was to hack in. I wasn't there. I didn't see the actual systems that they set up. But they said it was a replica. So who knows? Maybe the replica was a year old system, OS, and stuff like that. So, but that was the number one shared article of the week. I really appreciate you listening to the Cyber Chronicles. We can't tell you how much we love the fact that our subscriptions are growing, our viewership is growing, and the word is getting out. This is a great way to get information on cybersecurity in a short snippet on the web via podcast, iTunes, Stitcher, YouTube, and a variety of other ways. So we appreciate that. Hope you subscribe. Hope you love this episode, and we'll see you next week, and hope you have a great week yourself.